and welcome to the newspaper review on TAP TV. My name is Sophie John, your host for today. In case you're just joining us for the first time and you're wondering what do we do on the newspaper review? The newspaper review is a show where we get to look at stories making the front page of Nigerian newspaper. And of course, I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by Mr. Victor Sioko. Mr. Victor, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. How about you?
Wonderful. You're looking so good.
You're looking so bluey. Bluey.
Can you tell me a secret behind this?
Mind my business.
Minding your business and drinking water.
Yeah.
Well,
but it means a lot. Minding one's business, it can be so therapeutic, it can be so healthy. For someone to just mind your business and do your thing. You cannot come and kill yourself.
You cannot kill yourself at all.
No. So mind your business and drink some water.
Very important. A lot has been going on in our social, our political space. Very recently, the death of the young musician Mohbad. Our condolences to his family. And a lot of speculation has been raised from his death. What could have killed this very promising young man? Although we have gotten some videos has been suggesting that bullying was involved. And earlier, the young man complained about his management, the music label he was actually signed to. And we wondered, it gets us to ask the question, what did, because he actually filed a police report towards that he was being bullied, he was being harassed. Then we asked, what did the police do about this, the Lagos State Police do about this, what the Nigerians as a whole, because he has been so vocal about this, even with his music lyrics, even on his Twitter handle, he has been so vocal about the harassment he was facing. So we asked ourselves the bold question, why was everybody silent about everything until he died? And everybody is now so agitated. We want to shout justice for Mohbad, justice for this. That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Where were we when this guy was suffering? And I think we have this kind of mentality in Nigeria. Is at the end of everything, you see people talking. People just die. You know, the most upsetting part is that his death should have been avoided.
So, well, I don't want us to go into conclusion because, as you can see, many reports are coming from different angles. That even our social media handler came out to say that Mohbad is alive. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at this time. But why am I laughing? We also find out that the death, some persons out there have also used this to create different kinds of content. Yes, it is not bad to sell the truth or tell the people the truth, share the truth. But sometimes some people also dive on these matters and, just try to grow their own social space or what have you. But let's not also forget the fact that cultism has really played a serious role here, whether we like it or not. Why do I say that? I'm not trying to accuse the Naira Marley label or his corporation of cultism because I don't have real facts. But let's not also shy away from the fact that many people out there, our young stars, okay, whether you are a star or not, in many cases, in many of our communities, we find out that these young lads are into cultism.
Yes, you get to see that
at a very early stage. At the age of 8, at the age of 9, you see young boys have already been associated with a cult. And what does that also mean? It means that you have more like a leader that abuses you physically or otherwise. Yes. Sometimes they be like, why are you cold? You need to go and do this, you need to go and do this. They give you missions, they give you assignments. And if you don't meet up, they beat you, they deal with you mercilessly. So, we should not just concentrate, fully put all our energy on this mobile cause. We should decipher and extract other issues that are related to his death. Is it about the medical? How did he go about his medical?
Yes, that's another aspect.
I just learned that they've arrested the nurse or they called her for interrogation. These are issues that happen every day. You are ill. You are seriously ill. You are looking out for an auxiliary nurse to come and help you. Are you getting me? In River State here, we have incidences where young boys of 8, 9, 10 years have already joined court. go to Rumokoro, go to Rumokuta. In fact, I had a client that told me that she wants to leave their streets because of cultism, the boys on their streets, and she just has a boy of 11 years old that she does not want to try it or just give chance to say she wants to use the word of God to pull this guy out of such an environment. No, that she will physically take him out. So we have areas in this town, not just in this town, even in Lagos, places like Ikorodu, that's where Ikorodu that is from. I've been there. And so I understand, when I'm talking about cultism, I understand the fact that it has gotten deep into the society.
Yeah.
And it's killing people.
It's killing people a lot because you notice that all this bullying are normally associated with cultism.
So if you don't have money to pay for your bills or for your, what do they call them now, all those their dues and all that, you might have to go the physical way. They might send you on an assignment. And this assignment I'm talking about is about crime, snatching of food, all manner of.
And sometimes when you refuse at a point, you now start getting this misunderstanding between. It happens a lot.
And if you want to leave, they might want to come and kill you. So some silly things happening out there.
Very silly. You see a young guy in the university, tomorrow is in court. It happens a lot. Right, without no further ado, we'll head over to our first newspaper of the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Sun newspaper. The Daily Sun is leading coffee in Kano rather. Coffee in Kano as Tribunal sacks governor, fear in other state. Sub-headlines under that, Bauchi government election affirmed. Apprehension in Enugu as Umba Edioga, no faith today. Can read that up on page 6 of the newspaper. 5 trillion naira are called into federation account in 6 months. That's according to the federal government, and that's on page 21 of the newspaper. Potential voters in Imo yet to collect 1,034 PVCs for Goban election. That's according to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and you can read that up on page 27 of the newspaper. My petition was technically knocked out, Obi tells Supreme Court. That's on page 8 of the Daily Sun newspaper. CJN bemoans rise in litigation, warns appeal court justice against Greek gifts. And that's on page 28 of the newspaper. Labour alleges fresh move to sell 110 Unity schools. You can read that up on page 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Ondo Assembly moves to sack Deputy Governor over 300 million naira bulletproof SUV. That's on page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Mubad, Kaduna Radio bans songs by Naira Marley record label. And that's on page 5 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Sun. Mr. Victor, I would like you to share your thought on the lead story, coffee in Kano as Tribunal sacks governor, fear in other states.
Okay, so the city of Kano, or the state of Kano, as in general, felt the heat yesterday when the judgment was delivered by the tribunal. So what then happened? Significant thing happened yesterday because this time around the tribunal refused to give judgment in person. So they went online. They used the Zoom system. Why am I laughing? Because of they needed to also play safe so that they don't get attacked. Okay, unfortunately, that's the kind of country we found ourselves in.
Yes, but I kind of admire it. Like, they're getting technical this time. Something INEC could not achieve. So
okay, well, yeah, this technical thing for this part is well, I say for them to save their heads. Okay, because what also happened was after the judgment, the reactions from the streets.
yeah,
People started burning fires. Some were rejoicing, some were sad. So mixed feelings and a whole lot of pandemonium, causing the commissioner of police to go out there and make that statement that there will be 24-hour curfew. Okay, just so that tensions will be brings to ground zero. And also we also have to take note of the judgment itself. So what happened? The APC prayed to the court that the candidature of Yusuf was faulty because they brought some, will I say, include some evidence to show that he was nominated late, not on time. Okay, so he wasn't, they were like, he wasn't properly an NNPP candidate before getting the nomination to become a flag bearer for the party with respect to gubernatorial election. And there was a smart judgment on that. So what happened? The tribunal gave a judgment that anything pertaining to pre-election matters, before election matters, that is also about a party, should not be brought to the tribunal. It should be dealt with the party.
Yeah,
Okay, within the cycle of the party, and not you from APC coming to give direction on what will happen in another person's party. Okay, so mind you, during the Peter Obi the tribunal judgment, we also had that. Mind you that the APC came out to say that Peter Obi was not the rightful, he did not get into the position in a rightful manner.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean the position of representing Labour Party in the presidential election. But what did the tribunal, the presidential tribunal, say on that day? That it was not the business of the APC to decide, or to tell the court to decide the authenticity of a person's of somebody being in a particular party. That's on one point. On another point, for the NNPP in Kano State, some points or some votes were deducted from them. About 165,000 plus votes was deducted from their votes, on the ground that the ballot paper was not signed or stamped. Okay, this is a very big issue, because we have incidences whereby in River State here, not just River State here, on the election day, on the Guba election day, by the evening of the election, we saw ballot papers along Rumudara Road littered on the ground. I don't know whether you heard about it. Okay, you saw yourself.
Yes.
I saw it the following day. I was like, what? Ballot papers littered. When I mean stretch of the road, about 3 to 4 kilometers of the road, ballot papers everywhere littered on the floor. So in that case, it should also tell you that those shenanigans, or those what would I call them, the bad eggs in the society, or the riggers, what they do is they go get another ballot paper and start on printing. So in this case, who knows, that might be what has happened though. Who knows that maybe the NNPP did away with some ballot paper that will not favor them, brought out fresh ballot paper and start on printing. Let's not also shy from the fact that yes, NNPP is a new party. Let's not also shy from the fact that both Labour Party, all name them, we still have strings of corrupt persons there trying to manipulate and make sure that that mindset of getting votes for their people or for this locality, so that they can come out tomorrow and brag, and that's what will happen in the next election.
Yes.
When they will ask you, you say, I delivered mine. I delivered from my polling unit, or I delivered my word. That is the bragging right for them to make more money. That aside. So, but from the Electoral Act of 2022, we still have the place whereby the presiding officer was given the power to decide whether a ballot paper that has been stamped or signed can be used. Okay, which for me has caused confusion in this case. But the good thing about all that is happening is that it will also give us more clarity on areas of the act, the Electoral Act, that needs to be amended as quickly as possible. Okay, it cannot be perfect, because even no matter how you chain a house or you secure a house, if a top criminal wants to get in there, he might find the smallest loophole to gain access. So in this case, this loophole has been found, and I hope that at the end of the day, the umpire and stakeholders in our election should come together and get laws, policies that can screw that area tightly, so that there will not be any lapses. Lastly, the people of Kano State should also calm down, because at the end of the day, the current governor, who is Yusuf, who has not left the office, still has the opportunity to go to the appeal court.
Yes.
And peradventure he does not also win in the appeal court, he still has the last chance to go to the Supreme Court, which is the Supreme, which is after Supreme Court, the next place is God. So he has to wait his time, and the people of Kano State should calm down. There's no need to be on irate mode or to be on a tension mode. Calm down. Let the course of the law take its place.
All right, moving away from Kano State, let's move into Enugu, where we have the tribunal sitting today to decide the fate of Umba and Edioga, if I'm correct. What do you see playing in Enugu right now?
Enugu, the major matter for Enugu is one, certificate, and the second part is the votes counted. Mind you, Enugu and Abia State were on that same tension, okay, whereby we saw the Abia State returning officer coming out. You remember that lady Agumai coming out to declare that she was pushed, she was enticed to collect money, but she said no, it will not happen. So Enugu Labour Party in Enugu and the PDP have really close marks. Yes, it ended that the PDP won the election, but there are also strong reasons from the Labour Party if they are able to bring their cases with strong evidence. You just don't go there and be speaking BB grammar. With strong evidence to show that you are the rightful winner of the election. Maybe it might work for them. And lastly, I talked about the certificate. It's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate that up to this time of Nigeria, we are still talking about fake certificate or no fake certificate.
The fake certificate is something else.
My dear, it is something that has gone into the deepest part of our bone marrow, that Nigerians really forge results. Nigerians fake results. See, you cannot shy away from this fact, and it is something that will keep happening. Okay, the foundation has been so bad that has made Nigerians keep forging results. So you just imagine some persons out there, you might be even seen in corporate bodies that are top there in corporate bodies. You might go and search deep and find out that this person did not even go to the higher institution. But it's also very unfortunate because at the end of the day, you still find out that some persons that went to the university are not even showing those strengths or those character of somebody that went to the university. I'm sorry to make that statement, but it is what is happening.
Our educational system is poor to some extent. Like you go to some Nigerian university, I think I'm diverting a bit. You see students that are supposed to learn sitting on the floor because no chairs. One lecturer and the hall is so filled up. I don't even want to get into that.
What about the fact that they say free education? Look at what's happening in Rivers State. Free education. Children are going back to school now, but some parents are paying up to 30,000, 32,000 for their child or worse to be registered for the new session, and you say it is free education.
It's free education.
So a whole lot of issues. Well, that's not the topic for today.
All right, let's head over to our next newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust is also leading with the story. Kano Tribunal sags Governor Yusuf, declares Gawuna the winner. Sub-stories under that, government imposes 24 hours coffee. Business owners close shop. NMPP to appeal. APC applauds verdict. You can read this all up on page 4 of the newspaper. U.S. court orders varsity to release Tinubu's academic record. And that's on page 10 of the newspaper. 5.2 trillion naira remitted to Federation account in 6 months. That's according to the ROMAFC. And you can read that up on page 19 of the newspaper. Petrol subsidy back as FG pays 169.4 billion naira in August, and that's on page 3 of the newspaper. Naira crashes to 970 at the black market. That's on page 19. IGP orders clamp down on killers of security operatives in Imo State. And that's on page 7 of the newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Trust newspaper. I'd like you to share your thoughts on this story on page 18 rather. U.S. court orders varsity to release Tinubu's academic record. Another result issue again.
Another result issue. Very, very unfortunate. So in this case, Atiku is finding all tooth and nail, and I also do not blame him. We also want a situation whereby we don't doubt who the person of our president is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the last president, Muhammad Buhari, up to date, I can say that Nigerians are not really sure about his academic records up to date. The way they played it out. Who is your classmate? I don't know my class. As in different kind of things. How can you go to school? Secondary school, at least. If you don't have classmates in your primary school, what about secondary school? How can somebody go to school and one cannot identify your classmates? Did you go to school? You did not go to school.
For Tinubu's case, some of his classmates has been coming out. Just recently, last week, a man appeared on Channels TV. I think, if I'm not too sure that it was Channels TV, he claimed that he was Tinubu's classmate in Chicago.
Okay, nice. But for the two things are involved here, okay? If at the end of the day that is true that Tinubu really attended the Chicago University, then we might also have an issue with the school itself.
Okay.
The school might just get, it's not might, they will be downgraded in the United States of America, a country that does not take nonsense. That school will be downgraded. A country that is prosecuting the former president. Not that the city president is the one prosecuting. No. The country on its own is prosecuting their former president. Look at how Buhari has gone back. I don't know whether farm or okay, he wanted to go to Niger until what happened in Niger. He said he was going to retire there in Niger. But at the end of the day, you just begin to wonder. For the fact that the US court in Chicago gave an order to that school, and I wonder why would the school be shying away from releasing results? Like the spirit of INEC has touched them, that releasing documents has become very tough for them. That the court had to now say within the next 48 hours. And I need to see this result. Also, the person of the representative of the president has come out to say that this particular result we are talking about has had clerical errors. Because two results that have been presented are not binding together. They are not tallying together. The fonts are not the same. The signatories are not the same.
Even there was this allegation that Tinubu, the person that attended the school, was actually a female.
Okay, that is another question to that right there. So, in the next 48 hours, but the question also is, yes, Atiku is looking for evidences, okay? But the question also is, as he's getting to the Supreme Court, mind you, the Supreme Court is not a place for evidence, to show evidence. When you are showing your evidence, it should be at the High Court, the Appeal Court. But when you come to the Supreme Court, we are talking about policies. They are not looking at your what do you call it? Your evidences or there's some terminology for that. But yes, evidences. They are not looking after that. They are looking after the policy that is guiding the country. Constitution, that's where their eyes. But on special cases, when there are issues, the evidence, when they think that the evidence, on their own accord, think that the evidence might be a strong factor to their judgment, they might accept that evidence. So it is also for Atiku. We also check at the end of the day if it is a strong evidence, will the Supreme Court be able to accept that evidence. But we are watching. Before the end of tomorrow, we should know at the end of tomorrow whether the fault is from the university and also to die the matter about whether
Alright, we'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for the day, so stay tuned.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Back. We'll be taking our last newspaper for today, the Vanguard. The Vanguard is leading. Pressure on petrol, diesel prices as crude hits $97.17, and that's on page 5 of the newspaper. Coffee in Kaduna as Tribunal sacks Governor Kabiru Yusuf. That's on page 13. Mubad, celebrities, youths, fans storm Lagos Osun Delta as let me take that again. Mubad, celebrities, youths, fans storm Lagos Osun Delta as protests enter day 2. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. Tinubu to announce wage award next week. That's according to TUC, and you can read that up on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Killing of security operative, IGP blows hot as residents recount ordeal in Imo State. And that's on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. Federation account received over 5 trillion naira in 6 months. That's on page 8 of the newspaper. And that's all we're taking on the Vanguard. Mr. Victor, I would like your thought on the lead story. Pressure on petrol, diesel prices as crude oil hits 97.70. That's quite a price. Where are we actually heading to?
Yeah, but it's something that should be benefiting the country if you have planned on time. That the price of crude is going high, okay? Actually, it's hitting the $100 mark. And the challenge there is now that our deregulated food products will now be increased. So the higher the price of crude, the higher the price of petrol or diesel will buy. But something also happened in August that we just got the revelation recently that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come back to subsidize petrol. So there will not be oil subsidy. That proclamation that he made in May 29 that turned the country upside down, he has come back to his words. Okay, so that means that we can just spend over 100 billion, 150 or 60 billion to cushion the effect of increasing the price. And I also understand that. Just imagine the fuel for Nigerians if at this rate of 598, 600, 605, depending on the location, 620, depending on your location, that it has increased by another 100 naira. My brother, my sister, some persons out there will just collapse because Nigerians are living by a thin thread right now. Some people are just using their last breath to survive, and you now add extra 100 or 200. Some people will just collapse and give up. Okay, so I think that was why the president had to, or the government had to come in to subsidize petrol one more time. But the issue there is that I don't see the increment in the price of crude globally to reduce because it is going up at this time. And why is it also going up? We also need to channel from the side of winter is coming, and people in their abroad, the international people, need to hit their goals, and that will make it will call for more wants for fossil fuel, which will not drive up the cost of this year. But at the end of the day, it should be benefiting Nigeria because we are the ones producing. Unfortunately, the Dangote refinery might not be fully productive till, with respect to petrol, till the end of the year. Yes, they also come out. I think by next month they should be able to start producing, but that should be aviation fuel and not petrol. But it's a very, very tough one, especially for diesel users. Diesel users, cost of diesel, Lagos as of 2 days ago, it's 900 naira. 900 naira. So imagine if you are running a big generator in your establishment, here, but all we can do right now is just pray. I don't think there is any other thing. The refineries, like the topical refinery, there is still hope that by December it should be functioning. But we know all these things. It's like we just be working with leadership. But it's still new for the current president. We are hoping that by the end of the 4 years that he might serve, that he will be able to do something that will help the nation, especially as a church.
Let's just keep our hands crossed and watch. Seems like that's the only thing we can do lately. Alright, we have come to the end of this exciting program. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Tap TV, NG. We are on Twitter, Tap TV _NG. We are also on Instagram, Tap TV _NG. Do well to follow us on all our social media handles. Like, subscribe, and comment. You can drop a comment under this newspaper review. Till we meet next time, stay safe.